Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Generally, satsang is a togetherness as well as sharing of some knowledge. It's a togetherness, basically, and sharing of some knowledge which help you walk the path. And knowledge is always, made up of jargons. An English word called jargon. Something which more easily translatable, I would say code words. Without code, I mean, they are code words for an uninitiated. But for an initiated, they are, I mean, immediately grasped. Just like a person who's passed through an MBBS, I can talk medical language with him. But somebody who's never gone to a medical college, whatever I speak as a doctor will not really be understandable because I'll be using certain words without realizing that the other person is not really privy to those words. So that's why we often are unable to understand doctors, or maybe, I mean, a Sanskrit teacher would use certain words which he thinks that you know it, but you've never heard them. And so you'll misinterpret them. That's why we always say don't go too much into Google to, let's say, if you have some diagnosis, don't go into Google because you'll not be able to understand the jargon. So let me clarify some jargon with you. I mean, we keep talking about Maya, we keep talking about Agyan, we keep talking about Moha, but we really do not understand what is the word. What does it actually mean? What is Maya? We don't really understand it. It's a jargon, it's a code word. Even if I sit quietly with you, it's also a jargon. Because silence is also a code word. हूँ बलि बलि जाऊं रमैया कारणे कारण कौन अबोल तो कहाँ समझ आता है कुछ भी इट्स ऑल jargon हूँ बलि बलि जाऊं रमैया कारणे I mean, oh my guru, I am floored. I'm fascinated with you. I am a sacrifice to you. I give up my whole self to you. Something like that. हूँ बलि बलि जाऊं रमैया कारणे कारण कौन अबोल क्या कारण है तुम बोलते क्यों नहीं मुझसे बात क्यों नहीं करते isn't it that's what sometimes we say to God मेरे से बात करो excuse me so I mean after all why doesn't God speak because that mourn that silence is his code word. Now what is the code word we need to understand what is the meaning of silence. See when जब प्यार तुम्हें हो जाएगा तुम मेरे जैसे बन जाओगे भगवान कहते हैं कि तुम भी ना बोल पाओगे कुछ भी अगर तुम्हें प्यार हो जाए अगर तुम सचमुच कह रहे हो कि हाँ बलि बलि जाऊं रमैया कारणे अगर सचमुच यू आर अ सैक्रिफाइस टू मी इफ यू आर रियली एज फैसिनेटेड एज वाहो मीन्स वाहो गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहो and waho is an expression of silence only. You can't speak anything when you're in love. Experience that love and you would know what silence means. Silence is not emptiness. Mourn is not emptiness. Mourn is fulfillment. जो थोथा चना बाजे घना जो खाली होता है वो बातें करता है जो भर जाता है चुप हो जाता है so fulfillment is silence emptiness can never be silent it will continue to speak emptiness only is speaking fulfillment doesn't speak. So even silence is a code word, it's a jargon. Experience love and you would know that you would also have no words. You would not feel like speaking. This silence called pregnant silence. So these are jargons, pregnant word Well, it's an English word, after all. Pregnant silence. You will become completely silent. So, what is Maya? I started with. What is Moha? Maya is a universal veil. Veil means what? Something which hides the reality. So, it's a universal veil. Maya doesn't mean money. Maya means a universal veil. When God created this universe, after all, he's got a handicap. God has also got a handicap. So, initiated people, I mean, we are all initiated people, initiated into a path, path of self awareness, path of happiness, path of fulfillment, path of moksha. But we don't understand what is moksha. We don't understand. They are words, jargons. Like a doctor speaking to a patient, patient doesn't understand really. So sometimes, I mean, a person like me would say, you just have faith in me, and thereafter don't try to understand. You first develop faith in me and then tell me, जो भी आप करेंगे ठीक है. मतलब जो मैं करूँगा दिल से करूँगा, बाकी समझाऊँगा तो समझ तो आएगी नहीं आपको. So similarly, these words moksha and is not understandable. I mean, you just start actually conceptualizing, and in a way you misinterpret. You actually interpret the absolutely opposite of what the truth is. So Maya is what, let's say, it's a universal veil. I mean, I was telling you, God has got a handicap. If a carpenter wants to make a table, he'll go to the market, get nails, get wood, get hammer, and he'll create a table. But God, he doesn't have a market. He doesn't have a market where he can go and create the creation. He doesn't have, you perhaps can conceptualize it. God is all in all. He has no marketplace. He has no wood, no trees, nothing. How will he create this universe? This entire universe, galaxies and solar systems and earth and plants and rivers and oceans. How does he make it? He makes it out of his own substance. His own substance becomes the creation. He is not separate from the creation. He is within the creation because there is nothing else without him. So, but then how does he hide himself from himself? From himself, how does he hide himself and call it creation? So he puts a veil upon himself, a kind of amnesia is the English word. Well, vismruti is the भूल जाता है वो. Dawns upon himself this forgetfulness that I am God. So then what does he become? He becomes the sun. Sun thinks it's the sun. A molecule thinks it's a molecule. A reptile thinks it's a reptile. A human thinks it's a human. So he develops a million identities. One entity, ekoham bahushyam. One entity becomes multiple entities. So each man thinks he's a man, each woman thinks he's a woman, beautiful, ugly, old, young. Everything becomes an individual. And the human starts thinking besides it. I mean, the animals don't think so much. That's why they are not tense, There's no hypertension in animals. There's no hypertension in animals. We never take blood pressure of animals. Because there's no tension. There's no way we can take the blood pressure of a snake. Even if it happens to be our pet. We want it to live longer. But we can't really. So because tension नहीं है कोई भी, सोचना वचना नहीं है, just spontaneous. But humans continue to think. Think what? As an individual. As an individual, I am sitting in front of you. Each individual. So we all are so many individuals sitting in front of each other. So this is Maya. Simple. This is Maya. We are actually one God. You are also God, I am also God. There's no me and you. There's only one entity, oneness, just oneness. Just like a Paramahansa is one, with everyone. He's just one with everyone. There is no two. Duja pav vikar. Duja pav means two-ness is the beginning of ajnana. So now I am kind of unfolding the, jargon before you. Agyan, you don't understand what is agyan. I mean, if you don't know Hindi, you think he's an agyani, or Sanskrit is an agyani, and the one who knows Sanskrit is a pandit. Nothing like that. So avidya is each one considering himself or herself to be a separate individual. That is agyan or avidya or maya. So synonyms have told you. Maya is each individual thinking itself to be an individual. Whereas there is no individual, there is only one entity. And that oneness is actually called love. We think a man and a woman or a mother and a son in love with each other is love. Not really. That's not prema. That can never give ananda. That is raga. Raga. So I'm only sharing jargon with you. Like a person who joins MBBS, first of all, some anatomy, physiology, words, biochemistry will have to be shared. So similarly, I'm kind of sharing these words with you. माया क्या होती है, मोह क्या होता है? मोह अपने बच्चों के साथ मोह हो गया, उसके ये नहीं होता मोह. Because you will misinterpret and then you will think that you are a jnani. Gyan only means there is only one entity. Well, so Gyan becomes further complex and complicated when you make up your mind, you stubbornly hold on to your identity. When you stubbornly hold on to your identity, it's called moha. To your identity, not your children or your wife, your own identity. That I am this man, I am a doctor, I am an intelligent man, I am whatever, whatever, whatever. That is moha. And moha kshaya means I am not a man. I am that one entity which everybody else is. हुक्म जे बुझे नानक हुक्म जे बुझे तो हूँ मैं कहना कोई. Then he is no more a person. Then he is no more an identity. He's an entity. An entity is only one. Paramananda, Premananda. He's one. Always one. Connected, always connected. So just clarifying, just one or two, three words, but there are plenty of them which we continue to misconceive, misinterpret, and keep talking about it and complicating ourselves. So Maya is what? Moha is what? Maya is that agyan, universal agyan, upon the reptiles and insects also. Each insect thinks itself to be an individual, thinks itself to be an individual, whereas there is only one entity, which is God. He ekoham bahushyam, he becomes many. So, and if many becomes one, it's called pratiprasava. It's called retreat in English. Now, retreats, you keep going to retreats. No, that's not a retreat. A retreat means go back to oneself from where you had come out from. Pratiprasava. Prasava means you've taken birth. Pratiprasava means you go back to where you've come out from. You've come out from that which is full and filled. Not black hole, but Hiranyagarbha. Full and filled. That womb which is universal. So these are presently, it's only knowledge, but it'll become your experience as you walk the path. As you walk the path, go deeper and deeper into yourself, and you will start experiencing a blissful self. But yes, not only by intellect, but by love. Guru will not ever be a human being. Guru will be the Guru Tattva. If you get fascinated with a human being, let me assure you in blanket one statement, no human being can ever, ever, ever satisfy you. Even your Guru cannot. You are looking for something beyond a human being. You are not looking for a human being. So, human being, you have your children, they've never been able to satisfy you. You have your husband, never. You had a crush with your boyfriend or girlfriend, never could satisfy you. Because it's called a tragedy of possession. Words, jargons. Tragedy of possession. Tragedy of possession. When you possess somebody, it ceases to have any meaning for you. The costliest of cars, if you happen to buy, if you happen to buy a private jet, it does not satisfy you. Tragedy of possession. Because the moment you own it, it ceases to have any meaning. बिखे बाण फीका त्याग नहीं सकिए नाम महारस पीवो. Naam is what you're looking for. तेरा कीता जातो नाही मैनू जो कितोई मैं निर्गुणियारे को गुण नाही आपे तरस पे होई तरस पिया मेहरामत हुई सतगुरु सज्जन मिलया सो मेरे पे कृपा होगी मुझे गुरु मिल गया. अरे गुरु तो अभी बात नहीं बनी. नानक नाम मिले ता जीवा तन मन थी वे हरिया. गुरु से नाम मिलेगा ना तब भी तो बात बनेगी. और गुरु मुंह से नाम नहीं देगा. ये कोई नाम कोई मुंह से बोलने वाली चीज नहीं है. नाम is that eternal silence which will pervade your being, your very being, and you will become full and filled. Mary, Mother Mary, is called Virgin Mary. Then how did she bear Jesus? There is a prasava and there is a pravesha. Oh, jargon, all jargon. Prasava means to be impregnated by a physical contact. Pravesha means God will enter you without any touch. God will enter you. It's called pravesha. How was Satya Sai Baba born? People asked him, how were you born? He said, pravesha. It was not prasava. How was Jesus born? Not prasava, pravesha. So, again, just clarifying some jargon so that you understand that where you were not aware of these words. You were misusing them. So felt like sharing some of them with you. So the day love enters you, you say, oh, मेरे को गुरु मिल गया. And when the love will fill and fill you, then there will be another Brahman resonating you. You will start vibrating in that which is called Brahman. Now, Brahman you think is a four-mouthed, four-faced individual. Not really. Brahman is Drik. Drik. There is a book called Drik Darshan Viveka. Drik Darshan Vivek. You see, you are looking at me, I am looking at you. This is Darshan. This Darshan should take you to that reality which actually you are. The sky is looking at each one of us. Is he really bothered about each one of us? We are just nothing. We are just a part of the sky. But let's say moon as an individual is looking at us. That's darshan. I with my two eyes looking at you is darshan. I am conceptualizing and thinking about you is darshan. But if I become entity, which is me, reality, which you also are, Then who will do darshan? There will be Drik only. Drik means universality, Catholic. So these are words. Please try and understand them and realize that you have to walk a path. No guru can push you or pull you. Guru will enter you as a spark of love or fascination. And that fascination will continue to grow till they say bull in a china shop. Again, a jargon. This is English. Bull in a china shop. China shop छोटी छोटी होती हैं. एक bull घुस जाए उसके अंदर तो walls will fall apart. Identity will lose itself and become the entity. The aham will become Brahm. Aham means small identity. Brahm means Bruhat Aham. You will become universal. Until you become universal, universal, not universe. Universe means only one. There is no polyverse. There is only one universe. Only one universe, which is all, the entire, all galaxies, all put together is one universe. That's God. So, experience your oneness with all that there is. It's not intellectually understandable. I agree with you. Baba jis tu de soi jan paave. No, I have not understood all this with my intellect. This is too small a thing to understand God. Baba jis tu de soi jan paave. बाबा जिस तू दे सोई जान पावे. ये कैसे हो गया मेरे साथ? आई कैनॉट अंडरस्टैंड इट. ना हूं करता ना मैं किया. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया इसको पाने के लिए. ये अपने आप it descends upon somebody. बाबा जिस तू दे सोई जान पावे पावे तो सो जान दे जिसनु होर क्या करे बिचारिया. एक परम भुले फिर दे दिस एक नाम लाग सवारे. किसी के अंदर वो नाम डाल देता है. जिसके अंदर वो नाम डाल देता है वो एक आदमी नहीं रह जाता फिर anymore. He is no more a person actually. Never relate with your guru as a person. As a person, he is only initiating the spark inside you. And let that spark grow into a fire and burn you. Burn you. Burn you. So you will not be burnt right today because you'll be pained if I burn you today. Burn gradually. Ahista, ahista. Ahista, ahista. So one day, God cannot burn you. You will cry. You will say, मुझे नहीं तुम्हारे गॉड वॉड चाहिए, मुझे तुम छोड़ दो. So धीरे 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 हम कर जा लियो अपना, लियो मुराड़ा हाथ, अब कर जालू ताश का जो चले हमारे साथ. This is what कबीर जी says कि मैं तो जल चुका हूं, अब जो मेरे साथ चलेगा वो भी जल जाएगा. पर धीरे 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 धीरे. सो ये जलना है. It's dissolving of your identity into that reality. Ganga has to become ready to merge into the ocean. और उसको रेडी करने के लिए कितने 3000 और 2000 किलोमीटर चलाना पड़ता है उसको. Whatever be the number. Isn't it? गंगोत्री से निकलती हुई. I mean, God can say, आ जाओ अभी मिल जाते हैं. No, she has to walk 3000 odd kilometers. And then she's ready. And when she's ready, then they merge. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. नाम जपते जपते वाहिगुरु 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 बोलते बोलते सचमुच भी किसी दिन वाह हो जाएगी. किसी दिन वाह सचमुच भी हो जाएगी. हरे कृष्णा बोलते बोलते किसी दिन आप कृष्णा हो जाओगे. राम राम बोलते हुए किसी दिन आप रमा हो जाओगे, पर प्रेम से बोला करो, आनंद से बोला करो, प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम। और क्यों बोलोगे, वाई डू यू लिसन टू मी, वाई डू यू हैव टू वॉक दिस पाथ? बिकॉज तब तक सफ़र करना पड़ेगा। एंड हु वांट्स यू टू सफ़र? गॉड डजंट वांट यू टू सफ़र। God has made you as a human so that you stop suffering, you stop dying, मोह टूट जाए, मोह का क्षय हो जाए। अभी मोह क्षय को पता नहीं क्या कुछ सोच बैठे हैं हम लोग। मोक्ष क्या होता है? दोबारा जन्म ना हुआ, उसका तो मोक्ष हो चुका है, उसने दोबारा जन्म कैसे ले लिया? आई मीन दिस इज सिली टॉक, यू नो। मोह का क्षय हो जाए, मोह क्या होता है? होल्डिंग ऑन टू योर आइडेंटिटी, दैट आई एम दिस मैन। यू शुड बी रेडी टू गिव अप दिस आइडेंटिटी। मोक्ष हो जाएगा टाइम के साथ, टाइम के साथ, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता। सरकती जाए है नकाब, है निकलता जा रहा है आफताब, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता। वो फिर लाइट आएगी आपके अंदर से, फिर आपको पता नहीं होगा क्या हो गया, बस लाइट आएगी, कपाल भाती हो जाएगा। वह कपाल भाती, आप इधर उधर सांस वास लेके बोलते हैं कपाल भाती हो गया, ठीक है वो भी कर लो, कर लो। बट कपाल भाती मतलब यहाँ से लाइट आएगी, कपाल इसको बोलते हैं, और भाती मतलब यहाँ से लाइट आएगी, और आपको पता नहीं होगा क्यों आ रही है, कैसे आ रही है। ना हो करता ना मैं किया, अमृत नाम सतगुरु दिया, जिस तू दे तिसे क्या चारा, नानक शरण तुम्हारी जियो। ज्ञान ध्यान किछु कर्म ना जाना। जो भी आदमी को ये कुछ हो जाता है, वो ज्ञानी नहीं होता है, वो ध्यानी नहीं होता, उसको नहीं पता मेडिटेशन क्या होती है। बस कुछ हो गया होता है उसके साथ, उसको भी नहीं पता होता क्या हो गया। ज्ञान ध्यान किछु कर्म ना जाना, सार ना जाना तेरी, सब तो बड़ा सतगुरु नानक। अभी इसको भी मिस इंटरप्रेट कर लो तो आप तो बिल्कुल फनेटिक बन जाओगे, खालिस्तानी बन जाओगे। सब तो बड़ा सतगुरु नानक, ये कोड वर्ड्स हैं, ये कोड वर्ड्स, इट्स ए जार्गन। राज करेगा खालसा, आकी रहे न कोई। अरे फिर तो आप बिल्कुल ही अपने आप को भी मार लेंगे, दुनिया को भी मार देंगे। राज करेगा खालसा, आकी रहे न कोई, इट्स ए कोड वर्ड, as code as much a jargon as silences। प्यार करके तो देखो, सिर तर तली गली मेरे आओ, जोताओ प्रेम खेलन का चाओ। वाहिगुरु। हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा। वाहिगुरु। वाहिगुरु, वाहिगुरु।